Gibson, and I'm the principal designer and founder of AKG Design Studio. At AKG, we believe that exceptional design isn't luxury, it's the foundation for better life. Here, we specialize in creating high-impact functional spaces that are uniquely tailored to our clients' success and well-being. And that is exactly what this show is all about. So join me here each week on Design Tips and Sips as I walk you through functional and style tips, project deep dives, and key design concepts we use every day here at the studio. Ready to elevate your space and your lifestyle? Grab your sips and let's get started. Okay, so here we are, and today we are going to be talking about the 4 core principles of the Japanese kitchens. And just for that, to help me meditate and relax, I'm drinking some lovely tea we brought from Japan with us. And so cheers, and let's get on to it. So you probably think that you need a bigger kitchen, the more gadgets, everything possible to have a luxury kitchen and to have a functional kitchen. And we all look at this beautiful Japanese kitchen and try to understand, like, what are the actual principles that create this beautiful, peaceful look when we look at these photos of the Japanese kitchen. So today, that's what we're going to do. We're going to break down those 4 core principles: Kanzu, Shibui, Wabi-Sabi, and nature. So let's jump right into it. Principle number 1, which is the Kanzu, the power of elimination. Kanzu literally means simplicity through elimination. I know everybody heard about Maria Kondo and her eliminating of things that don't bring you joy. But in the kitchen, there's sometimes things that don't bring us joy, but they really are functional. But we still need to think about, does that tool earn its place in my kitchen where I use it every day? You know, there's so many things, think about the junk drawer that you have that have all kind of stuff that you use maybe once a year. Do you really need it? And just to bring it back to perspective, Japan is full of earthquake and storms and floods. So really, some of that kanzu created and came from the survival architecture, because if you have a knife or a gadget that is not stored correctly in your kitchen, that can be pretty deadly in your in that environment. So everything need to have a place, and you don't need more than that. So typically in a Japan kitchen, you have 3 pots, 2 pans, maybe 3 knives, some cutting board, and that's about it. Like, it's very, very minimal. So my idea for you is to try it home, test it out. Live for 1 month with only the bare minimum of the utensils. Like, think about your kitchen, walk around, think about the utensils and the gadgets that you actually use on daily basis. Just keep them and then use them and see what are the other tools that you missed or didn't even use. And if you didn't use them, you probably don't need them. A lot of our clients find out that they don't really need a lot of the things, especially when we're doing the remodel and all that stuff, it packs for months. And then they realize, oh, wait, I survived with those 5 plates, that set of silverware for my family, 2 pots and pans, and I managed to live a perfect life with that. So when you're getting ready to remodel your kitchen, that is a good opportunity to get rid of a lot of the stuff. But even if you're not remodeling, take an inventory, see what you actually use, and start eliminating. Principle number 2, Shibui, the elegance of restraint. So this is really the main principle that we visually see when we look at Japanese kitchen. This is where it describes the understated, effortless elegance, the opposite of fleshy, the opposite of maximalism. We're talking about beauty that emerged from perfect proportions, from simple line and restraint. So quality over decoration, quality over access. So think about perfect nature countertop, very simple line, and not too much color. Most of the time, when you look at Japanese color, they have pretty cohesive and monochrome colors that just works together. Very simple line, all the tiles, very simple, straight line. You're not going to see too much of the decorative tile when it comes to their design. The colors just almost flow from one material into another, create this beautiful, peaceful space for yourself. Again, bringing that meditative quality. So your takeaway is look at your cabinets, look at what you're planning. Think about not even shaker doors. Think about slab doors, very, very simple wood colors. And if you're not replacing your whole kitchen, think about what kind of handles you have on your door. Are they very ornate? Can you replace them with something a little bit simpler? What is your current backsplash? Does it have a lot of colors, a lot of design? Can you replace it with something simpler as the Japanese tiles that are still have some color in them, but they're very simply designed? If you are doing your kitchen, think about slab doors. Again, just simple straight lines, whether they're horizontal or vertical, but they are just flowing throughout that kitchen. Okay, principle number 3, Wabi-Sabi, the beauty of imperfection. So we literally just talk about how beautiful and almost perfect is the Japanese kitchen and Japanese design. But at the same time, this is my favorite principle because this is where you embrace the imperfection. You embrace the fact that life and materials are changing every time. And this is, as you know, my favorite material is natural material. So it's stone, it's wood, things that will change, will patina, will grow old with you. A lot of times clients are super worried about having natural stone in their home, but this is exactly the beauty of the Wabi-Sabi, because that little bit of stain of the wine on your countertop, it reminds you of that beautiful party that you had and you left all night with your girlfriends until the end of the evening. So it's not perfect. Wood is going to change and discolor. Again, these are I don't want to say scars, but these are the stories that your house is going to tell. And this is what we also love older homes, because they have a story to tell. When you walk into a home that was literally just built brand new, whether it's the builder or whatever it is, there is no story there. There is no personality to that space. But what brings the personality is the stories, is the changes of the materials, whether they're a little bit broken, whether they're not perfect. And that's what makes it your space and your home. So don't be afraid of natural materials. Don't be afraid to tell your story, even if it's not perfect, through that Wabi-Sabi. So your takeaway is stop striving for that magazine perfect kitchen. Make sure that kitchen is really a reflection of your personality and your life. Wood cutting board, even wood countertops where you chop and you have the stains. I love butcher block countertops because, again, like, it's easy to work and use, but at the same time, it creates the story of you and your family. Use those hand forged knives. Use those china that your family left you. Don't leave it for years to come when they're no longer usable. Principle number 4, nature, bringing the outside in. So this is a principle that you heard me talking about many, many times. You can find it more in different episodes where we talk about biophilic design, how we bring the nature and the serenity of the outdoors inside. With the Japanese design, we go a step further, and we want to make sure that we appeal to all our senses and really creating a meditative situation, a meditative space, even in our kitchen. When you go into a Japanese kitchen, there is no mayhem, there is no mess. It's very quiet. So think about natural countertops that are smooth and so comfortable to touch. Think about hardwood flooring that creates natural acoustic. Think about smooth and natural lines that again just creates those meditative state. And of course, bring the nature in. So if you have opportunity for more windows and bring that natural light, bring those plants inside to bring those greenery and fresh air that the plants bring with them. This is a great opportunity to create those serenity and meditative space inside your kitchen. All right, so those were the 4 principles of Japanese design as they apply to the kitchen. Of course, they can be applied to any space in your house, any bedroom, in your bathroom, but really here we were just specifically talking about the kitchen. And here is my challenge for you before we leave today is try to embrace some of those takeaways and see how your kitchen and your lifestyle change. And the one thing that is easily done is your 5 to 10 minutes every evening ritual. Go through your kitchen, cleaning up, put everything away, wipe the countertops, and make sure everything is in its place. Throw those dishes into the dishwasher, wash whatever is left. So when you leave at the end of the day, you have a beautiful, clean, and organized kitchen. And you know what? It might take 10 minutes in the evening, but then when you walk up that morning to grab your cup of coffee or your tea, you have beautiful, serene place to start your day. Nobody wants to start with a mayhem. So let's get this right. So I hope you enjoyed this episode of Design Tips and Sips. Again, I'm Anna Gibson with AKG Design Studio. If you want to connect with us, check our website, www.akgdesignstudio. If you want to be a guest on our show and share design tips and sips with our viewers, please email me at info@akgdesignstudio. Everything is in the show note. If you're still here, please make sure you subscribe, please, 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 and ring the bell to make sure that you get the notification for our next episode. We are here every Wednesday afternoon, and we are looking forward to see you at our next episode.